There's a dish in Indian cooking with a name that makes you stop. Chicken 65. It's layer after layer of flavor. It's spicy, it's tangy, it's crispy, and the best part, it's bold like me. I'm Nik Sharma, a molecular biologist turned cookbook author and full-time flavor enthusiast. This is Chicken 65. Chicken 65 is one of my favorite Indian snacks to eat, to make, and to serve friends. No, there aren't 65 ingredients here. The name actually comes from the year it was born, 1965, at the iconic Buhari Hotel in Chennai. It looks impressive, but it's easy to make. Even easier if you prep ahead. Marinate the chicken, get the glaze ready, then bring it all together in minutes. That's the magic of Chicken 65. If you want to make this recipe step by step, go to the ATK app. I start with a yogurt marinade. Its job, flavor the meat, but deeply. Now yogurt doesn't just add flavor, it gives me an extra edge. Why? Lactic acid. It's gentle, unlike vinegar or lemon juice. And it tenderizes without turning the chicken mushy. What about the proteins in yogurt? They protect the meat. They wrap around the chicken like a shield, keeping the texture perfect. Next up, curry leaves. They're bright, citrusy, and fragrant. They're used in Indian and South Asian cooking, and believe it or not, they belong to the same plant family as citrus. Fresh is always best, but dried works in a pinch too. Big flavor, minimal fuss, maximum impact. I'm going to chop these curry leaves, and I'm using the Zwilling Pro hollow edge rocking sentoku knife. This is perfect for chopping through tough curry leaves and all sorts of herbs. I'm using about 20 curry leaves here. The curry leaves, they smell very bright and very citrusy. I'm chopping these curry leaves very fine because that's the texture I like, but it also gets all those flavors from the curry leaves into the marinade much more thoroughly. Garlic and ginger. I'm adding ginger to the yogurt. I'm going to mince the garlic very fine because I don't want chunks of garlic in every bite of the chicken. I want the flavor to completely permeate through the yogurt. I'm going to add the minced garlic to the bowl. I'm adding garam masala for warmth, Kashmiri chili for color and heat, and a little bit of turmeric for earthiness. Next, some lemon juice for a little bit of tang. And of course, finally, some salt. Now I'm mixing this marinade in. Next, I'm going to add my chicken in here so the chicken soaks up all those flavors, and the marinade is going to do its work by bringing all those flavors into the chicken. I'm using chicken breast today. Now thighs work too. I'm leaving that up to you completely. It won't make a difference to the recipe. I'm cutting my chicken breast into cubes. Now this marinade works really quickly once you've added the chicken. You can leave it in here for 30 minutes. But if you have extra time, leave it in overnight for 16 hours or so. If you leave it longer, the chicken absorbs more of those flavors. The flavor starts to sink through the chicken meat, and I find it actually tastes much better. The chicken is already taking on the colors from the Kashmiri chili powder and the turmeric, but the aroma is coming through all those warm spices, those scents, and the curry leaves, which have that citrusy aroma. I can smell it right now. Now that the chicken is completely coated, I'm going to keep it in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. I'm not covering it with a lid or plastic wrap. However, if you want to do that, go ahead. Before I fry the chicken, we need to make the glaze. This is layer 3. Sweet, sour, and bold. It's key. And it needs to be ready before the chicken hits the oil. Now, when I make this dish at home, I actually end up picking and eating all the fried Thai chilies. And I'm someone who actually does not like hot food. Chilies get their heat from capsaicin, a fat-soluble molecule. So when you fry chilies in hot oil, that heat, that capsaicin gets pulled away into the oil. The chilies mellow, and I get a chance to pretend that I'm brave and fearless when it comes to chilies. I'm going to move the chilies to the side. Next, I'm going to thinly slice some garlic. It really helps when your knife is sharp to get those really beautiful thin slices of garlic. Next, curry leaves. I'm just going to pick the leaves directly off the stem. I'm using about 20 curry leaves, and I'm going to leave them whole while I make the glaze for our chicken. I'm starting with a little oil. I'm heating the oil until it just starts to shimmer, and then I'll start frying all the ingredients for our glaze. Now that my oil is shimmering and nice and hot, I'm adding my Thai chilies in here, and I'm frying them until the skin gets blistered. If you're at home and this starts to sputter all over the place, take a lid and put it on top. This is the most dangerous part of this show. To make the glaze, I'm not using a ton of oil, which is why I'm swirling the chilies in the oil to coat them evenly and let them cook completely. Next, I'm adding fresh curry leaves. They have a lot of moisture, so when they hit the hot oil, they'll spit a lot. I'm covering the pan for a minute. I'm letting the curry leaves fry until they turn crisp and translucent. Now, I'm adding in my thinly sliced garlic, and I don't want to cook them until they turn brown because I don't want that bitter flavor. I just want them to turn translucent and remain soft. All right, that's done. Now for the next step. Now I'm adding in some Kashmiri chili powder, lemon juice, and a little bit of sugar. The sugar and lemon juice in here are going to bring in a little bit of sweetness and a little bit of a pop. So it's sweet and sour, it adds a little bit of a punch. And the Kashmiri chili powder, it'll add a nice hint of smokiness and that bright, beautiful red color with just a little bit of heat. Now that this is done, I'm just going to move it to the side and we'll come back to it later. To build out the batter, I'm using cornstarch and rice flour. Rice flour is classic in South Indian cooking. It gives that signature crispness. Cornstarch, it adds lightness, and together they make the perfect crunch. Now I'll whisk in a little water, just enough to smooth it out. No clumps, no gummy batter. This looks good to go. I'm gonna add my batter directly to the chicken that's been marinating for 30 minutes. Now I'm just gonna combine this and fold it all together so the chicken is properly coated in the batter. This looks good, and now it's time to fry. While my oil's heating up, I want to take a moment to thank Stobe and Zwilling for sponsoring this episode. Stobe's enamel-coated cast iron is as beautiful as it's functional, and Zwilling's knives and kitchen tools draw on centuries of German engineering. I've actually visited the Stobe factory in France, and I've seen firsthand the craftsmanship that goes into these. You can learn more in the links below. I've got about an inch of vegetable oil that I've been heating in here. It has a neutral flavor, which is why I picked it for this recipe. I'm heating the oil to 325 degrees. Now that my oil is hot, I'm going to fry the chicken. Now I'm frying the chicken in batches because I do not want to overcrowd this pan because that will bring the temperature of the oil down and it'll take longer to cook. If you're cooking the chicken in batches and you want to keep it warm, slide it into an oven at 200 degrees. This will keep it warm and you can continue cooking the chicken. The chicken's already turning golden brown. I can smell the spices coming through, especially those beautiful curry leaves. When you're deep frying, you want to use a cocotte that's deep so you prevent oil from splattering all over the place. And I like using cast iron because it retains heat very well. The 7-quart cocotte from Stobe is perfect for this. The flavors from the spices and aromatics in the marinade are locked into the chicken as it fries. The yogurt, its sugars caramelize, proteins and sugars react. That's the Maillard magic. You get browning, bittersweet flavors, and that craveable fried flavor all in a few sizzling minutes. What I'm looking for in this chicken while it fries is for the crust to turn golden brown. I can smell the aromas coming through from the marinade, the curry leaves, and all those beautiful spices that I added earlier. This is the last of my chicken. I've got my wire rack lined with paper towels. This helps pull a lot of that extra oil away and prevents the fried chicken from getting soggy. Now it's time for me to glaze the chicken. And to do this, I'm going to transfer the chicken I fried into a bowl. I'm going to add my glaze directly into the chicken. Look at those colors in there, the curry leaves that are crispy, the chilies, the soft garlic. And I'm just going to fold this with my hands. You can toss it, whatever you're comfortable with. Just make sure you coat it all together very well because you want every bite of chicken to have that sweet and sour glaze. And you can hear how crispy that chicken is. This is smelling and looking so good. I can smell the smokiness from the Kashmiri chilies, the curry leaves with their bright citrusy fragrance. I'm spooning some of this beautiful, crispy, fried chicken 65 onto a plate for me and only me.
What are you cooking?
Oh, are we doing like a... like not... Okay, why don't you have the smaller plate?
What? I don't get the big one?
No, because that's for me.
This smells insane. So I was like down the hallway coming over here and I knew you were shooting, but I didn't know what you were shooting. But this like is traveling all around the office.
It's deep frying, right? Deep frying is magic.
Yeah.
And all those spices.
This just came out of the fryer?
It did, yeah, it should be nice and hot. So be careful.
Wow. That is so, so good.
What are you getting in there?
So it's a great fry. Like, I love that. It's a batter, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you get that like light airiness versus like a more of a dredge on there. Like a nice mix of warm spices, like garam masala sort of vibes, lots of garlic, and then there's heat, but it like is sort of slow. It doesn't like
It's a build-up.
it's a build up. Like it's sort of like just warming. And I think one of my favorite ingredients of all time, curry leaves.
Yeah, they're nice and crisp.
Yeah.
Which I think makes it so good. Actually, the favorite part about this chicken is the fried Thai chili peppers.
These are the best?
Yeah,
What a challenge.
they're not that hot. Fresh, like those guys at the back there, those
Yeah.
are fresh, those are hot, but when you fry them in the oil, they
Yeah.
mellow down, all that heat, that hot capsaicin goes away.
It's like sweet and peppery and really nice. Nick, this is phenomenal. Thanks for letting me come in and sneak a bite.
Thank you.
Can I take one bite for the road too? Awesome. Thanks, Nick.
Yeah, thanks,
Appreciate it.
bye.
Bye. Have fun.
Now that I'm alone, I can actually eat my chicken 65 the way I want to. That's everything I want in a bite. It's crispy, it's juicy, spicy. You saw how we got here. Marinade for tenderness, fry for that craveable crunch, a glaze for brightness and depth. Every step matters. Every bite proves it. You can find links to all of the Stove and Swilling products featured in this video in the description below. And honestly, you don't even need this little plate on the side. You can just take this bowl and walk away with it.